This video is going to show you how to use your standard layers in AutoCAD. Now that you have set them up and you've added them to your Layout A title block, you can close this dialog box, and in the Layers panel you can drop open and you will see all of your layers that you added. So what you can do, whenever you want to change from one layer or the other, you just click on that layer. So I'm going to drop this open and click Object Lines. Click on the word, not the color or our symbols. So always just click on the words, Object Lines, and then it shows you which layer is current. Go to the line command, and now you're going to be able to draw lines on the object layer. To change layers, just open it up. I'm going to pick the cutting plane. I'm going to draw some circles. So notice you see different line type, different line weights. So all of your layers should have line weights and line types. So here's my center lines. So as you can see, it's pretty simple to change from one layer to the other. Now as you're using your layers, if you want something to be on one layer or another and you've already drawn the line, hit escape on your keyboard. You're not in any commands. Highlight the line, go up to your layer, and then you pick what you want it to be. Hit escape, and now you have changed that layer. You have some options in your layers. If I turn a layer off, it's still in my drawing. I've just turned it off. Now the thing about turning a layer off, if you forget you've turned it off, I'm going to click my hidden line layer, but my light bulb is off. It's going to say, hey, this is off. Most of the time y'all seem to pick that button and ignore it. And then if you start drawing lines, nothing shows up and you panic and come yell at me and say, mine's broken. Well, I'm going to look at your layers and I'm going to say, look, you're drawing on a layer that's turned off. So as soon as I turn it back on, look at all the things that you've drawn. So always make sure that your symbols haven't been turned off or on or frozen or thawed. Now I'm going to click the lock next to my hidden line. Notice that layer kind of grayed out a little bit. I'm going to erase my screen, highlight everything, right mouse click, but notice my layer did not go away. It's locked. If I move my mouse toward it, see the little lock that pops up next to my cursor? That's telling you that is a locked layer. When you lock a layer, you can do absolutely nothing to it. It is locked. To unlock the layer, you just click on the padlock again. Notice it gets its color back, and you can do whatever you need to do to that layer from then on. So layers are what we use to draw the different parts of our drawing. Layers do have line thickness, so when you use a line, notice it's a little thicker than what you're used to. That's because we have line weights turned on. If you don't turn them on, everything is going to have the same line weight, that very light thin line. So we want to always turn our line weight on so we can tell what type of line we are using. So layers are very simple. Make sure that you always check your symbols, that you haven't turned something off by mistake. If you want to quickly change a layer, you click on it, drop this down, and pick whatever layer you would like it to be. Hit escape. That changes your layer. There's another quick way to do that. I'm going to draw some things on this other layer. Right here next to layer properties is match property. If you click this, you pick what you want your layer to be, and then you pick what you want the layers to change to. See? Now, one thing you need to know about layers. When I click layer, I'm changing it in my dialog box here. I'm changing the layer to what I want it to be. Every time I change this, my properties will change and show me what's going on. Always leave this by layer, by layer, by layer. Do not change this. These are manual overrides, and if you start manually changing colors of layers while you're drawing, you will mess your drawing up. Our layers are set to colors, thicknesses, and line types for a reason. So do not manually override those settings. Make sure that you erase your screen, zoom extents, and save your layout A. Our next step is to draw our layout A title block.